What's going on, everybody? It's your host, Kanai. We are now back with the Sanford Podcast for the culture. This is the community for the thinkers, the doers, the creatives, and the entrepreneurs. We are now back with a part two. The first part was very dope, great vibe. We had Queenie visuals, I Press and Push, also known as Hamza, and my boy Brian that came on deck. We had a very good discussion about, culture, social media, and we just decided to continue that conversation. The conversation got even better. I feel like it always gets better. I just wish that we had more time. It was just a really, 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 really good vibe. And, if I can get him back in the room, I'm going to go ahead and try and do so. But very, very, very refreshing. It was a very refreshing in the sense that, people coming together and, they exchanging thoughts and they discussing different type of topics and things like that. As we fucking should. But yeah, man, I'm not going to hold this up any longer because I'm excited to get in this episode just as much as you are. So, let me do what I do best, man. I'm going to go ahead and drop this intro. And before I do so, I forgot. I took a little hiatus. It was close to a month while I wasn't recording. I needed to take a little step back, analyze my jump shot a little bit, and I just wanted to be sure that everything was still lined up correctly in terms of the direction of where I'm going with this podcast. And it was an and one all day. It was a straight and one all day. So, without further ado, man, this is for the culture part 2. DJ, go ahead and drop that motherfucking intro.
Hey guys, you are now tuned in into the Sanford Podcast for the culture. So I need you to stop scrolling, open up your eye, and tune in.
Crazy companies nowadays, they look at your social media before they hire you.
Facts. Like a lot of people want to know your Facebook. You got a Facebook?
Yeah.
We want your Facebook.
We want your Facebook. Let's see
Let's
what
see
you
your
post.
phone.
Let's see what you post on Twitter.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know how many times I avoid retweeting something reckless because all my friends are a little I'm like, oh,
Sensitive.
So you got people following you from
I
there.
follow like all my coworkers, and they follow like.
So you can't even get ratchet.
You're
not even allowed to get ratchet.
So I bookmark it to laugh at it when I'm at home because I can't be at my desk like, they're gonna be like, what you laughing at? And be like, nothing. Yeah, no ratchetness. I try to keep it sane. I even try to keep like the black post to a minimum because I can't be like, fuck white people. 'Cause to my left and to my right is white people, and they're gonna be like,
damn.
So Esther, do you want to talk about something? Call me the HR. No, we just eliminate all of that and just keep it simple.
Yo.
I had a nice day. Smiley face. Let's keep it pushing.
They'll look at your social media and stuff.
Yeah, let them create their own.
I mean, luckily, I'm not corporate. I stepped out of that realm a long time ago because they wouldn't hire me. Like, my shit too radical, man. That's how I was raised, you know what I'm saying? And I give no fucks. I'm going to be who I am, you know what I'm saying?
Another thing, I think because of the fact that because you're a well-traveled man, bro, because you travel a lot, you have a different kind of perception about things.
Yeah, but to some people, I'm still, you know what I'm saying, like, way to the left or to the right or what have you, and I don't care, you know. It's not that serious to me. You know what I'm
I
saying?
feel you.
And I'm not sitting up there talking about I hate anybody. You know, I like to provoke thought. If that's a crime,
It is.
in a society of groupthink, it is a crime.
It is.
What do you mean you don't agree?
Y'all think that's gonna be challenged? Like the freedom of speech is gonna be like?
I think freedom of speech never existed, and I think people are. I think my generation especially is just too emotional. So it's like you can't, even like he was saying, you can't challenge a thought without someone being like, "Oh, you feel like that?" Like everyone's so sensitive about the littlest thing. Like everyone like nitpicks. You can't say something without recanting it, and it's just like I said what I said.
Right.
I think it's like that because there's only a like button and not a dislike button. So
Okay.
everyone's expecting to be liked.
Okay.
I need to be liked. And we need a button to let you know I don't like that shit. And it's okay. You said something I don't like. That don't mean I don't like you as a human being. That just means I don't like what you just said. Let's move on. You know what I'm saying?
We don't
not
gotta
that
make this
serious.
difficult.
But nowadays, it's like, especially creators or people who claim to be creators, if you don't like what they put out, they call it hating. Like, that's like walking inside of a gallery and I don't like
But
that
you know
piece
what
of
it
work.
is?
You're hating.
You know what it is too? You know what doesn't make sense? And this is so a basic rule of life, and I know your mom taught you this. My mom taught me this. Your mom probably taught you this, and I know your mom taught you this. If you don't like something, just don't say nothing.
Oh, yeah.
It's really just that easy.
If you don't got nothing good,
No,
to
if
say
you could
within
just,
it.
Yeah.
you know, people really put that, you know, it won't be no hate in the comments. It won't be, no
What
What
fuckery in the
about if they
comments.
ask you?
But
If they
know what?
ask you,
Then tell the
That's
truth.
you're
different.
gonna be honest.
That's
Tell the
different.
how many people here are creatives? I know
Right.
1, 2, 3
little
creative.
bit.
Okay, so how can we put out, express our creativity and put out whether it's photography, clothing, and not expect to get, well, I don't like that, or it could be a little bit better. And that's part of it. That's part of it. I've done poetry, I've done rap, I wrote a couple books, photography. Like when I did music, I just did it to get to elicit a response.
Now let me,
Good or bad, I just wanted to move you.
now let me ask you something.
You understand?
Let me ask you something. Now, this is to both of y'all, right? Let's say somebody wants to judge our photos, all right? Or for those who don't know, my son has him over here. He is a photographer.
Hamza.
Hamza, my bad,
Yeah.
bro. Very dope photographer. Please, you get a chance, follow his Instagram.
At I press N like Nancy push. I press the issue and push the limits.
There we
By
go.
default. But I
Did he
just
say
can't
it right,
help
Brian?
Okay.
Can't help it.
All right, so let me ask y'all this. If somebody decided that they didn't leave any, like, let's say, for instance, they didn't like a certain angle you did on a specific model or the case may be, and they decide, you know what, I didn't like this, but instead of leaving that in your comments, they decided to DM you, like, yo, listen, I didn't like this, da, 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 da. They blasted you in your DMs instead of your comments.
Respect.
Yeah, respect. I appreciate. You know what?
Like, they really want to get personal, like, you know what, like, I'm gonna holler at you in your DMs, like, this doesn't even, like, nobody else doesn't need to see what the fuck I gotta
You
say
know
to
what?
you.
It depends on the objective of the photo, and then it depends. Like, I can respect it, but it's like some things aren't meant to be understood by everyone. And it's like, what was your? My thing is, in order for you to do that, you wanted an outcome. Do you want
Right.
me to retake that picture at a different angle? Because I'm not doing that. So I feel like I would respect it, but thank you for that comment.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, for me, I don't, it's cool, because, and honestly, people will be so quick to pat you on the back and not even mean it. So if somebody actually has some criticism, I'm saying, I respect that more, and I'm less skeptically, like I always tell people, praise me behind my back, criticize me in my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't big me up in my face because, tell me the ugly truth so I can get better, because that's all I'm about,
Like
trying
that.
to improve myself.
Like that.
So, I take it, but the angles, this, or the editing, I take it. I'm not going to be like, oh, you're a hater, or unfollow, block. Nah.
You're not gonna get sensitive.
Nah, not at all. For what? For what?
Exactly.
We artists. We bear our soul to the world just as a hobby.
Word, as
a
wow.
hobby. You know what I mean? As a hobby. Everybody's not going to like it, but it's not, like you said, it's not for everybody to get.
Exactly. And you know what? I think, and this go back to what we were talking about earlier, I think as an artist, we have to have some kind of low level insanity, because sometimes when our art doesn't hit, you have to hit that shit still every single fucking day until that fucking shit hits. And sometimes you gotta keep doing that, knowing that you ain't getting no engagement on this, or nobody's like commenting on this. That's what I think people as artists, or people who look for feedback on things that they putting out, that's what they really fucking look for. You know, more so in the fact that engagement, that fucking feedback, fuck that. Like, word. So
like when I was rapping, I just wanted to, like I said, just impact somebody. Whether I wanted you to like it a lot or hate it a lot, but I just wanted a lot from you. I wanted to be able to, in my head, be like, yeah, I touched that person.
So what type of rap were you doing? Like gangster rap, or?
I was doing a little bit of both, because I've always been, like I grew up conscious, but I'm from old bad stock. So my parents are telling me all this black power shit inside the crib, and I step outside and there's gangsters and crackheads.
It sounds like it sounds like a Kanye West rap.
Yeah, like
Kind of.
Old Kanye.
People used to tell me the conscious rappers would be like your too street, the street rappers would be like your too backpacky. Like,
Kanye West.
yeah, I think that's what they call a lot of like conscious rappers. They call them backpack rappers. Like,
but back in the '90s, like everybody had that conscious tone.
Right. It was there.
NWA, like,
especially because the environment was different.
Different.
Yeah,
Different.
Yeah, the culture was different. So every rapper had like TLC was about safe sex. They used to wear condoms. You know what I'm saying? So everybody had something that they were promoting that was for the benefit of the community, and it was normal. It was normal. Now it's just like, oh, well, you have your conscience, you're woke. I don't know.
Okay. So, sorry, you can let them know. You gotta use the bathroom. Sorry.
Damn, that's what it's
Blast.
Yeah, but what you call it? Yo, do you think there will ever be like another golden arrow to hip hop?
I don't think so. No. I think it's hip hop. I don't even call it hip hop. I call it hip hop. Cause it's pop music now. It's not what it was.
Mumble rap.
That's cool though. Mumble rap is cool. It always been around.
But you know what?
That's true.
You know what's funny? Because I came out and told you this before. Like, I used to put that shit down. I came out and I used to put it down. But once I shut the fuck up and I actually, like, you know what? I'm like, yeah, about mumble rappers, right? Because at one point I'm like, I joined the wave at one point. I call a spade. I'm gonna put my shit out there. That's what I did, right? So then, boom. Once I start actually listening to their music, I'm like, nah, these motherfuckers ain't mumbling. You really sit down and just shut the fuck up and listen to what you sit down and you really listen to what the fuck they're saying, you will understand what the fuck they're saying, bro.
You know what?
You just gotta like open yourself to it, bro. Just don't shut it down because you're like, oh nah, this is something different.
See, the only mumble rapper I will listen to
you gotta
is
evolve.
Twister.
You have to evolve with the times. Like this is what.
Like,
nah.
Oh, he's just
that's
rapping
the thing.
fast,
He's
right?
mad fast.
But
Oh,
if you
yeah,
don't
yeah,
catch it,
yeah,
if
yeah.
you don't catch it, it sounds like gibberish.
Exactly.
Same thing with Bone Thugs.
You gotta have a good ear.
Like,
Facts.
okay, look, I'm American. You know what I'm
Bone?
saying? I'm Yankee. You know what I mean? If I go out to Flatbush, Labor Day, and they doing their calypso thing, I don't know what the fuck they saying.
Right.
The reggae shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what they saying. And most of us don't know what they saying, but we feel it, and that's all that matters. Aretha just died, rest in peace. So I'm on Tidal listening to some of her stuff, and she's up there just scatting. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo, shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo, doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Like, she's not saying nothing.
Who again?
Aretha Franklin.
Or Michael Jackson. Shaman.
Right. And you know what's funny? Like certain, I don't know if it's just me. Let me see if you can relate to this. When certain celebrities have passed away, you could feel it. You could feel the shift in the. I don't know if it was me, but like I could feel like you could feel a shift in the people a little bit. Like you could feel the sadness a little bit. Like when Michael died, you felt that sadness, bro.
Yeah, everybody.
You felt that.
He was.
You felt that, but it was like when it was like a certain like another artist or something like that. You didn't really feel it too much. Like, but you could tell certain people having more deep impact on people like that. Man, you felt the fucking sadness, bro.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson.
That shit was
Prince.
crazy.
Yeah, those are icons.
Could never. Oh man.
But back to the mumble rap thing. Like, I don't judge them because it's like. A lot of times, man, like I remember, you see, I always told myself I wasn't going to be one of these old heads that got old and forgot that I was young.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And you still made that your goal.
Yeah, because when hip hop first started popping,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm a little bit, you know, like my older siblings and shit. Our parents was like, "What is that mumbo jumbo y'all listening to?" da, 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 da. But then, if you go back into the '60s, they was calling R&B the devil's music. They was calling regular because they, you know, our great grandparents was on some gospel church shit. So now, you know what I mean, the next generation was singing about love. Oh no, that's the devil's music. So it's like we always look at the ones who come after us and think that what we set out is the standard for everything.
Right.
Nah, man, everything evolves. Life is dynamic, man.
So, bro, what inspired you to write a book, man?
I got tired of rapping. Well, everybody and their mama's a rapper. So you say you a rapper and it's just like blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like another rapper, okay.
Right.
So I'm like, I was trying to just give myself a different look. Mm-hmm. You know, give myself a different look. And I've always been a creative and expressive. So fuck it.
And you know, for those who don't know, is the name of his book is called Transcending My Brooklyn. That's the name of his book, right?
4 years in the Middle East. Yeah. It's on Amazon, and it's just a story of a black guy from America in the Middle East for 4 years, and some of the things that I observed, and a bunch of interesting experiences, to say the least.
Where in the Middle East?
I was in Saudi Arabia for 2.5 years, and then in between Kuwait and Dubai for a year. Yeah, so it's dope shit. Please travel, all my colored people out there, yes. Americans. Get your passport, you know what I'm saying? See the world, because we are celebrities and you don't even know it, man. Seriously. America has us thinking that this is the only show on earth. Our point of view is the only one. Nah, everybody ain't fucked up. You know, everybody ain't gonna look at dark skin and be like, oh, you know, like people really, they're enamored by us.
There's a lot of people, we get a lot of love around this world.
A lot of love.
Go to Rome, my ladies.
Go to Rome.
Some free stuff.
Stop wasting $200 on the weekends in a club and a bottle.
VIP
buy a
treatment.
ticket with that money. Save your money. Buy a
Be
ticket.
careful though; they a little touchy.
And when you go,
where?
When you cross that border, just don't be by the pool taking pictures, or by the beach taking pictures. Go into town and meet the people. Meet the people, y'all. That's where the experience is. You gotta meet the people, man, because then they're gonna show you a whole different world. Show us how rich we really are over here. Because poverty in other places and poverty here,
you haven't seen real poverty.
Two different things.
Yeah, I heard you haven't seen real poverty until for instance, like especially like in Brazil, like their projects, bro, is different from the projects over here, bro. Like.
Projects over here get electricity, they get water, they get heat. You know what I mean? You go to other places.
And food stamps, if possible, yeah.
You go to other places, some people don't got running water. You know, I ran into some Ethiopian chicks in Kuwait, yo. It was about maybe like 16 of them in a 2-bedroom apartment. They ain't had no running water. You know, I'm like, damn, yo, like, damn, you know, like, it's crazy. You know, it's. We take a lot for granted here.
Sadly.
We do.
That's how you know you're blessed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, gratitude.
Gotta be grateful.
Gratitude, you know, gratitude. Yeah. So that's one of the things that I always encourage us to do. Travel.
So yeah, I was asking him. Do you feel like there will ever be could there ever possibly be another golden era in hip hop like it was in the 90s? Could that era ever come back? Could it be more of a modernized, golden age? But is it even possible? And what I mean that now, here's another thing I forgot to throw out there. When we take that, we have to take into measure how people looking at golden era. You're looking at it as who can sell the most records or who can really put out some real good quality fucking music. Who can really put out some substance? Who can really put out some lyrical fucking bars?
But you know what made it such a golden era? You know what made it so dope? It was dope because everybody was different. And
that's what I was.
People weren't trying to be alike.
That's what I was thinking on. I think that's what I was gonna say. No and yes, because everyone has this like, okay, this works, so we're gonna copy it. Like when T-Pain was doing his whole what was it?
The auto-tune. That was different.
Yeah, it was. T-Pain is dope.
Right? But then everybody copied it and it was like, okay, all right, I'm tired of listening to this.
Do y'all feel like there's like sprinkles of it though, like a little bit of uniqueness, or like people may be doing a little something different? Or?
I feel like when you're unique, it takes people longer to
copy it
or just gravitate
towards it,
to accept it.
To accept it, right? Yeah. It's just like, oh, this don't sound like blah blah blah. This don't sound like I don't like it. And then by the time the person is conscious enough to understand that it's actually good music, it's like everyone else is doing it, right? So it's like a wave of like people really not being able to, and not everyone, but there's people just like accepting and liking what they like.
Right. But you know what's funny? It's just like the person.
I love T-Pain.
Oh yeah, T-Pain's dope.
I felt like the Weeknd copied T-Pain so much.
Why you feel
The
that?
Weeknd.
Hold on.
You know what? I've heard songs from The Weeknd and be like, yo, that's Michael Jackson right there.
Why you say that?
I'm like, yeah, that's MJ.
The Weeknd.
Yeah, why
The
you feel
Weeknd.
Michael
Yeah.
Jackson.
Why you
Yeah,
feel
he
like
takes
the
that
Weeknd-
same tone.
Why you feel like the Weeknd took the T-Pain style though?
I felt like he sings the same as T-Pain.
I'm gonna have to test that. I'm gonna go home and just like
Play that
Test
shit
it.
side by
Test
side.
it.
You think so?
A little bit.
Yo, the Weeknd is different though. Son.
He is different.
He's different. Yo,
everybody
that
right
last,
now.
That last album he came out with, my dear Melancholy. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. That was like,
Dope.
yeah, he was hitting them
He's
corners.
He's an artist.
Yeah.
But I don't think hip hop will ever be able to go back because of what you said. You know, everybody's follow leader now, and that's the antithesis of what hip hop originally was.
But the people who do, like for instance, do you think, for instance, I feel like there's a specific genre of music right now, a new developing genre of hip hop, and I wanted to say hip hop trance, right? And I think somebody who was doing something in the realm of like hip hop trance a little bit would be somebody like Travis Scott. I sat there the other day and digested this guy's album, Astroworld. His thing took me in a whole nother dimension, bro. His music is really freaking different, bro.
That's what it used
So
to
would
be
it be
about.
Holy,
that's
that's hip hop, man.
Like that's what it was about. Wu-Tang. When it came out,
I love
like, but the shit was so far
Yeah.
out.
Who doesn't love
It was so far out, and then around the same, because I was in high school when this came out.
Right.
Wu-Tang, and then Outkast came out. Dungeon Family. They had like these rich bass lines with live instrumentation, just southern accents. Like, yo, what the fuck? And then the West Coast. You know, Dre and them had their own sound. Everybody's dope. So basically, it was like you woke up in the spot, you got a red shirt on. Okay, you fly. I'm gonna put on some yellow. And then you see us too and be like, oh, y'all fly. All right, cool. Look at my green. That's what hip hop was about. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, oh, you got a green shirt on. Look at mine. Mine's is green, just like yours.
There was a nice, friendly competitiveness to it though. Like it didn't even get violent, bro. Most of the time, it didn't get violent. Like, bro,
It was
like it's just a
pure
nice
artistry, man.
Exactly.
Pure artistry.
Pure.
You know, but once the commerce got involved, that's when it became hip hop.
Hip hop. Let's
Pop.
talk
Now
about
it's
it.
pop culture.
Yes, what's popular.
It's pop, and it's not for us anymore. It's for them.
So how did you feel about what's her face? Not Iggy Azalea. What's her Izzy? I don't know her
Iggy
name.
Azalea?
No, the
Azalea Banks.
yeah.
Azalea. Oh, she's something else.
What does she do?
I don't know.
She. I know she always has an opinion though.
Yeah. Like, what does she do? Is she a rapper?
don't
Like,
know.
But
she's
they
a
say-
prolific tweeter.
I heard she's been labeled as like a feminist though. Like they say she's just a very strong feminist with a.
Where your bars at? Where your bars? I want your
I like
bars.
the energy, man.
Where your bars at? You know, like, she has an opinion on everything. Cool. Put it on wax. Drop it. You know, be opinionated. Like, come on. You know?
Yeah.
A whole bunch of extra stuff. Social media. No, where your raps at?
Yeah. Pretty much.
She's a hater. You know what? She came at Erykah Badu, man. And Erykah is like, that's my heart right there. Like, one day she gonna see me and allow me to be the father of one of her children. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully.
Somebody come get this boy.
Yo, Erykah is everything, man.
I agree with that statement. It's just that the latter part of that.
Come on, that's 3,000. Like, her baby pops is like some super official dudes. If she Listen, man, Erica, you know this one
Back
day.
to your point.
Yeah, she's dope.
So,
She's dope.
how does people feel about I don't know if anybody's heard this this new album that dropped by this girl Nicki. Has anybody seen?
I haven't listened
her
to it.
album?
Barbie Dreams.
No,
No,
the
her
album
latest
Queen.
one. Yeah, I haven't listened to it.
Did you?
Oh no, Barbie Dreams is a song.
Yeah, on there.
Already on it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. It's cool.
But just recently, like, there's been some kind of little uproar going on with her a little bit because she had two different instances where she was trying to defend 6ix9ine, trying to get on the VMA awards, and then this next thing now she's comparing her struggle to Harriet Tubman. I said,
I'm glad I didn't see that.
she is comparing her struggle to Harriet Tubman.
Blah 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 blah.
I was like, why?
Why? Blah 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 blah.
We need to skip the ads.
Why?
I support her because she's from Queens and I'm from Queens.
Right. But
Gotta support you Queens people.
right. But it's like, don't get me wrong. Like I listened to her album. I feel like there was a few songs that were pretty dope, but it's too many. It's been a lot of antics ever since that album has dropped.
I think ever since she became mainstream, she just lost her roots.
Right.
And it's just been like, I need to stay on top and like whatever. Because I used to listen to her
Facts.
before like mainstream, and now I'm like, I can't. It's too like, I need to be in the limelight. I need to do this in order. And it's just like,
You know what? I find it pretty ironic, but she's doing a little Kim, and she doesn't even
she
know
is.
it. Like she's losing touch from her core fan base and what brought her in, and she's doing a little Kim. It's the same thing she's doing. Kim got a little bit of shine and everything, and then she just started
Too much.
stepping away and then tried to step back, and the bars just wasn't flowing right because you've been hanging around with the others too long. So
hey, but do what pays your bills.
yeah, but Cardi though. Cardi, man. I love her energy. Cardi is dope.
I saw a
energy's there.
picture of her stripping, like from her.
Oh,
Energy
earlier.
is definitely
Yeah, and I was like, whoa.
she's still the
She's-
same.
Yeah, she's still the
She's
same
still
person.
the same.
She
She
didn't
doesn't
change.
change.
Cardi
Nah,
is
At
That's
all.
so
Like, I'm like,
dope.
oh.
That's why she's dope.
And
Yeah.
her
She doesn't
energy.
change.
Yep.
Energy. When
Yep.
she gets on the track, yo, you could
You
tell
feel
like she
it.
having fun.
She's
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
the
Like,
same
Cardi
Bronx
is
girl.
Same
dope.
person.
Same Bronx girl.
It's beautiful, man. Shout out to Cardi B,
Facts.
man.
She was telling a
Facts.
story
Shout
about
out
how
to
she
Cardi B,
like
for real.
can't hang out in the Bronx anymore, or like hangs out and like she gets bored. And I'm like, this is crazy. Like you're talking about going back to the Bronx. Not a lot of people talk about like going back to where they originally. She's like, I don't got no friends here.
Cardi is dope, man.
Definitely, man.
Yeah, she. A lot of people hate on her, man, because I don't know, because of social media, people just like to have that contrarian point of view and like to, oh no, she's not real hip hop. She get your head nodding, when she come on, you get hype, you want to dance, cool. Everybody ain't to make you think. Some
I have
people.
a serious okay, so why is there like I feel like you guys only, no offense, let one female rapper at a time.
What, like hold the reins type of thing?
Yeah, it's
like,
like
they
oh,
got it?
like it can't be like
That's
Nah,
kind of true.
That's,
no, you guys
I don't
only let
know.
it's like okay, this is Cardi B time. Then somebody else come. It's
Nah,
not like
you
you
know
forget
why?
about
Because
Cardi.
you know what?
Facts.
I don't know. I can't say that for me. The reason I say I can't say that for me is because you're right about Cardi. Cardi's hot. Cardi got bars.
Right.
But there's another one. There's another shark in the water that.
Right, but
there's a hold on. There's
There's a
another
few of
shark
them.
in the
There's a few
water.
of them.
Yeah.
but why is it that like a shark versus like 5 female rappers at that time? Right? You guys talked
Like
about
the
several
guy
rappers,
side.
right? You guys talk about
It's
several
it's
male
a fact.
rappers at the same time, but it's always like, oh no, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, who's better? Like,
That's a fact.
but you know,
Well, you got to go with who's at the top of the food chain. And unfortunately, she's at the top of the food chain.
That's-
I want to bring it back to hip
Cardi
hop.
B is at the top of the fucking food chain.
Yeah, but
It's not Nicki over Cardi. Everybody knows it's Cardi over Nicki.
yeah, we know that.
Well, my opinion.
No,
My
you're
opinion.
right, you're
That's
right.
I think that's a
I
sensitive
think that's
topic
what the
for most
industry
people.
that's what the industry pushes. You know what I'm saying? That's what the industry pushes.
Right.
When you get out there, you start talking about outside of our communities. You know what I'm saying? With hip hop, the indigenous hip hop community, because that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't, we real with this. We ain't just go to school and hear a CD from Timmy and be like, oh, that,
Right.
But that's something that they do. You know, before you had Little Kim, you had Foxy,
Right.
you had the Brat,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Missy Elliott,
Lauren.
Lauren.
But you know what?
Oh
You know
my
who I feel like is still a shark in the water? Remy Ma. Remy Ma still a shark in the water today. Facts.
Come on.
Remy Ma is a
Come on.
what?
Oh,
What?
She's good.
Nah,
Please,
nah,
please.
nah,
Stop,
nah,
stop it, stop it,
nah,
stop it.
nah.
She got
nah.
no bars.
Nah.
bro. She got
Even
no
though check this out.
bars.
I already know why I'm getting that
Her
look
man,
from you.
her man got bars.
Yo,
She
Haas,
doesn't
I already know.
got
Haas.
Oh, Pat
Haas.
Boost.
Yeah,
Look,
No,
man.
Pat got some
Bars.
shit.
Pap is the nicest
Fire.
whack rapper in
Pap is a
history.
straight slinger.
Yo, they
Pap
don't
is
put
a
him on
straight
the
slinger
radio.
though.
He is the
He
nicest.
needs to be
He's
on
the
the
most
radio.
talented whack rapper in history.
He's that whack rapper.
Stop.
He's the most talented, wackest rapper
Listen,
I have ever
just-
heard in my
what the
life.
fuck?
Just
Pap
because they
is
don't
from
put him on the
Bed-Stuy.
radio doesn't mean he's whack. They don't put him on the radio. That's
Okay.
the thing.
Why you say he's the most talented? Hold on. Before you even get into,
Why?
hold up. Why y'all? Hold on. But back to Remy real quick. Hold on. 'Cause this shit really started because
Remy's
of Remy.
whack.
know
No. That's opinionated. I feel she's whack. But I know for
my issue with them is the same, yo.
Okay.
You're a lyricist. Okay, that's one aspect of it. There's also tone, there's delivery. That thing that you do inside the booth is an instrument, and they don't understand that. They don't understand tones and things like that.
Right.
Pap has a terrible voice. Remy, she's too hard. This is Remy Ma from the BX. Like, she's just mad hard with it.
No,
she can't switch it up.
I've heard songs like that where I couldn't listen to it, but there's times when she won't hit you with all that aggression. She'll just be flowing. That shit just sound like silk like butter. She'll hit you with a few of those.
I haven't heard that from her.
No, what?
Everything is
I
just
haven't
hard.
really hear from her. I just hear her songs that they play in the radio. I'm like,
Same.
Like, for instance, did you get that impression on Lean Back? Did you get
No.
that impression?
But
That shit was
that's-
silk like butter.
That's before
She was hitting it.
That's before she went in.
That's what I'm trying.
And then
That's
you had
the
Fat
Remy.
Joe smoothing it out.
yeah, she needed the help of Fat Joe.
Yeah. Her project with Fat Joe, that shit was crazy. The Plantanos were
I didn't even hear that project.
when she first came out, they did a joint album. That shit was woo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I gotta check that out.
Yeah, but you know, other stuff, Papoose,
I had to bring that up.
Why?
Because
What the fuck? Pat got bars.
He
though.
got bars.
He
Pap
don't got
got some
delivery. He don't got flow. It's about more than bars.
That's why they don't put
I ain't
him
gonna
on
front.
the
He
radio.
does sound like he's just trying to spit it out though.
Yeah,
Once in a while he does sound
my
like
favorite
that.
MC is 3000. Then it's
Andre.
Mos
Andre?
Def. Yeah. Then it's Ghostface. I like people who have range. They could be angry. They could be happy. You know what I'm saying? They could paint different pictures. Pap just simple lyrical, metaphysical.
Yeah.
I noticed something. I know something
Like,
about
son.
the lyricists that you named. They're very good at storytelling.
A range of emotions. Yeah, Dre. Yeah,
That's the storytelling.
he flows. He just talks. Most just talks
Immortal
or
technique.
sings.
I heard he's been like double dutching whether he want to come back and drop something or not.
Yeah, Dante, man. I did some
Because
work.
Big Boy is trying to get on there. I don't think he's fucking with Big Boy on that type of time though.
Oh,
I don't know. I pick up some funny energy. I'm not too
Andre?
sure. Like, yeah, I don't know because Big Boy's been trying to hype it up, trying to put out there like, yo, we trying to, but I haven't seen
He's
nothing
an
stick.
artist. He's a pure artist, man.
Andre, yeah, his shit is different. Yeah, facts.
For him, like some people put out stuff just to put out stuff so they won't be forgotten. I think he needs
they
to have
be
that
relevant.
feeling. Yeah, he don't give a fuck about being relevant. He gives
Yeah,
a
he
fuck
doesn't
about.
give a fuck.
Yeah, you know that's what I get from him. You know that's what
I
I
ain't
get.
gonna find anything he's touched. That shit was just like, god damn, son, this nigga's gifted, son.
Amazing, and I heard he living here in New York now.
And his
Oh, he
album.
does?
Yeah, my people's been
What?
bumping into him down in Soho and
yeah.
shit, yo.
Okay.
Yo, let's come out with that Andre 3000 app, not a Luke Cage app. We need an Andre 3000 app.
I'm gonna find him though, man. Like,
And his album is still the best-selling album of all time.
Oh wow.
Hip-hop album.
which one?
I forgot the name.
Hold on, what?
It
What?
is.
app?
Google it.
Who?
The
Andre
his
3000?
old- Yeah.
One
with
is
with
still.
Big Boy, the old one.
And shout out to his TV show with the little cartoons.
I don't have to
I
see.
mean,
This
I
is
watch
old.
cable.
This is old.
Yo, so we gotta check out that album and that TV show.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Yo,
Very dope.
Talking about Remy, what you think about Young and May? One Hit Wonder?
She's dope,
She just dropped something not too long ago too.
What's her
like a
name?
video.
Young M.A.
Young M.A. She a punchline rapper, like two
Like-
bar, 4 bar
like
punchline.
Jadakiss.
How'd you
Like
feel?
Jadakiss Fab.
How'd you feel about Banks leaving G Unit?
What?
Yeah, he left G Unit. Banks is talking about he wanted to just do his own thing. He said he's not smoking no more, none of that. He's in the gym, like
Damn, he's the next.
But that's the thing. Banks
Kendrick
got
Lamar.
Stop, bro. You know Banks got
He's
bars,
the next
bro.
Kendrick
Yo,
Lamar.
now you front, bro. You
tired
know Banks be hitting,
Nah,
bro.
he got bars, but I'm tired of these press releases and tweets. You know what I'm saying?
Press release.
Yeah, man. Spit it. Put it on a track.
No, he's got some shit out.
Put it on a track.
No,
that's
no.
what
He
I'm
got
here
some,
for,
no, Banks
man.
got some shit out.
Nah,
You just didn't
Banks
hear
is
it, though.
He dope. But
He
I
got
want
some
to hear
shit
it.
out.
I want to hear it.
Check. I think we got some shit on SoundCloud.
I want to
Something
hear
like
it,
that.
man.
Yeah.
A mixtape.
But he just like that's like a young M.A. type of flow. You know what I'm saying? Just a
Nah.
flow. Yeah. But I think
You think they got the same flow?
Hell
Now, I
no.
don't
He's
mean
way
flow,
more
I don't mean
lyric.
flow like delivery.
lyrically.
I mean that 4 bar punchline thing.
Oh, okay.
Where every
Yeah,
2 or
he-
4 bars is
Nah, he's right.
it's a punchline. But I think Fab is the king of that. Fabulous, he's the king of that.
Nah, I think Jada.
Jada.
When they made that album together.
Jada did come on. Jada did come on.
Jada and Fabulous made that
Jada
album
did-
together.
That
Jada
Jason
come
and
on.
Freddie shit was.
Yeah.
Jason, yo,
Yeah, that shit
Jada
was
got on
dope.
some shit.
Yeah,
I was
Jada
like,
came
He's
yo.
like, y'all really want to do this?
that
Jada was in his bag, boy.
Jada
shit was
came off,
dope.
man.
He gave you some straight New York shit,
Yeah,
bro.
that was a dope
You put that New York.
project.
I'm like, oh damn.
Yeah. His voice though, he got a real dope instrument, man. His voice is just very
Yeah, that
unique.
that raspy voice really goes for him, bro.
Jada's dope.
That's his signature too. Anytime they hear that raspy voice, they already know that's Kiss.
Jada's dope. But top 5, I wouldn't say all of that. You know.
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, you be always saying that
Yeah,
top 5,
top
not
5.
alive.
That's
like-
always, that's a nice debate that's always gonna be around, man. Cause everybody's gonna have their 5 and they're gonna have their reasons behind their 5.
Yeah, man.
And you know, it's only right that we just do a top 5. So, yo, what's your top 5, man? What's your top 5? Yeah, let's get into the shit right now, man. I mean, we got some good time left too. Like, what's your top 5, bro?
My first, surprisingly, Nas,
Okay, 2. Just run them down.
Biggie,
Okay, 3.
Hove,
All right, 4.
Tupac,
Okay.
and my 5th. Gotta say 50.
Okay. All
That might be.
All
It's gonna
right,
be debatable.
All right.
Mine, Pac.
Okay.
Gotta have Pac. As I said, 3000. Most Def. I'm taking Ghostface. And the 5th one, I'm gonna have to go with Fab.
Okay.
Longevity, man. Like that boy been fresh for 20 years.
I like that. All right. What about you?
I'm gonna say Pac.
Okay.
In no order.
The poet.
Right.
The poet.
Poet.
I'll say Kendrick.
Okay.
I'll say J. Cole.
It's too early for that.
I'm foreseeing it, you know.
Okay.
Um,
Explains it.
I want to put a female rapper. I wouldn't say Lauren, even though she only gave us one album.
Respect.
No, that's still good.
Respect.
Yeah. And then the last one. What's this man's name?
Damn, that's crazy.
Most Def, probably. Yeah.
All right, so it's funny because I definitely had Lauryn Hill in mind as well as Pac.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay.
Lauren and Pac. The next one's gonna have to go to Pusha T.
Ooh.
The next one after that's gonna have to go to Pusha T. Pusha's dangerous. Push no, a lot of
I
shit.
know,
A lot of things Pusha says
Drake
goes
should
over
have never
niggas'
fucked
heads.
him. I understand.
Push is
Drake
different,
should
my
have
nigga.
never touched him.
No.
Drake
No,
should
I
have
don't
never
think you
gone
understand.
at him.
He's different. That boy different.
Pusha, that's who Jay-Z used to be.
So
When
he
that
changed.
drug talk, that intricate drug talk, yo, that's old Jay-Z.
And he
Reasonable
changed.
Doubt.
Yeah.
Pusha is crazy.
My next one after that's gonna have to go to Kiss, and my last one, which is a real battle because I like these two. I just want to throw them out there anyway. I'm gonna go with Royce the 5'9" as well as Joel Ortiz.
Ortiz.
Those is monsters.
So I fuck with the. I gotta fuck with the bar monsters, bro. Bartenders
Those
for
is
real.
monsters.
Wow.
Right
In
there.
your
Those
top 5, you didn't even include Biggie or Pac.
I did include Pac.
Oh yeah, you did.
Pac and Lauryn Hill. Yeah, Pusha T.
I think Biggie is the most overrated rapper of all time, man. No, you
Don't
know
get me
what?
wrong, he was
over-promoted.
Yeah,
Puffy blew him up to
Really
bigger than
blew
what
him
he
up.
He
is.
did his
Exactly.
job, you know.
Puffy did his fucking.
He
Yeah,
did
Puffy did his job. He did his
He
job.
did his job.
He had hits. That's it.
He,
Hits.
I can't listen to him straight through.
Biggie had
Pop hits.
he had a 4-year run. He put out 2 albums, 4 years. Being great for 4 years isn't, you can't be the greatest with a 4-year stretch.
But he also died young.
So did Pac.
Yeah.
They both died at the same age. Pac was putting out albums, but they had different work ethics, whatever. But it's 2 different things. Biggie was partying bullshit. Pac made life music.
Poet shit.
Yeah, that's Al Bob Marley right there, man. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I love me some Pac, man.
That's crazy.
So we all agreed on Pac.
Yeah, because Pac is memorable, man. Like,
He is.
Pac really left an impression, man. This is why, like, people still have their theories about whether he's still alive or dead or not.
Cuba and shit.
So yeah, you hear about rumors about him going, but yeah, he was just a memorable spirit, man, for real.
Yeah.
Just like Jackson, just like Prince, just like people
Prince.
that you can't touch. These are people who left their fingerprint in time.
Yeah.
Jackson,
Like, these people
Prince.
really left their fingerprint in
Facts.
time. Like, you can't do they hard work made them who they were.
Yeah.
Because they knew just alone that their talent was just not going to carry them. Talent and hard work will get you that success, bro. That's it.
Everybody's talking about X. He's gonna have that imprint. X.
Fuck out of here. And no, this, you know what, son? And you know what?
I'm a little
social media.
I'm
been
laughing
saying
because
that,
of his
like,
response, but what's funny? He really made an impression, man. If you really look,
You talking
this
about-
kid,
Listen to his
this
music.
kid was a fucking artist, man.
X10.
X.
Oh,
He
I
was,
don't-
this
I don't
kid was
listen to
really an
him.
artist,
I
bro.
don't listen
And you
Now,
seen,
look, I'm
he's
gonna
really trying
break
to-
this down real simple.
Yeah, bro,
He's
come
an
on, we gotta
artist.
talk about
He's
this,
an
bro.
artist. He's dope, but nobody knew who he was.
Facts.
Honestly,
I was like, what the fuck
Tupac
is
this?
was a
I
movie
didn't-
star.
yeah.
He kissed Janet Jackson on screen. He
Come
shot
on.
police. He was front page news before he died.
Because he was out there.
Before he died, even without the music,
Okay.
anything Pac did was front page
I
news.
would never compare his level of success or where he was artistry wise
No, to
next
Pac.
to Pac. No way.
No.
You can never put them in the same
I'm
lane
saying it's
ever.
Never.
I'm sorry. How
Ever.
many things did X released? I really didn't listen to.
No, he released some
He
some
had-
projects.
yeah,
Don't get
he
me wrong.
had
Yeah,
some
like I think he
projects.
released
Yeah.
like 4 projects. All right,
but
it's
his
he-
impact and presence was not the same.
It wasn't. It really wasn't.
It was
He
not
got
the
the
same.
can never-
names
you can
of
ne-
little
yeah, you
white
can never-
girls. Let's change the topic.
I will say he did make. I won't say that he did not make an impact because he did make an impact. I will say that because of the fact that his fan base was he had a very big influence on people. I will say that. However, I also will hold on. However, also I will say is that I watched this kid like literally like slowly start transforming himself. This kid was like really in a dark space, man, coming up as an artist in the dark space. This monk, like he even openly admitted the fact that he was putting his fucking hands on his baby mama and
I
he
read
kicked
some
her
of his
down when
stories,
she was
too.
pregnant. Like he was out here, like no, he was into some real wild shit. But I think he had an epiphany or something must have triggered within him, and he said, you know what, I can't really continue my life on this. And when he decided to get his life on the right track, that's when the real crazy shit started happening in his fucking life. This crazy shit really started happening. And then it's funny because it's like they even tried to say that his last video, they felt like he sort of like predicted his death a little, like he knew that shit was going to come type shit. I don't know how true that is, but it was deep that his last video
Oh, he did
had
say
him
that.
looking
Yeah,
down
I
on his
watched
fucking.
that.
You ever get a chance, see his last video. This shit is a
I
little
watched that.
bugged
He's
the
like,
fuck out.
I feel like I'm gonna
Check
die
his video out.
today.
Yes.
And then he
Last
died.
Yes.
music video.
Check his video out. I kid you not, brother.
Yeah,
This shit
he's
is
like, I
weird,
feel like
bro.
I'm gonna die today, and then he like
Dude.
Shit
dies.
is weird, bro.
Dudes
careful
loves
what you say.
talking about death. That's what happened to Pac.
Yeah,
what
be
happened
careful
to
what you
Biggie.
say. Yeah.
Life after death. Okay, God
Yeah.
was like,
That's
show
some-
me,
that's
prove
some
it,
shit
nigga.
Pac was saying,
Prove
too.
it. Ready to die. Life
Careful.
after death. Yeah.
So you think?
Yeah.
So you feel like they might have sort of brought that into the existence?
Yeah,
or pulled that into
definitely.
the
Yeah,
time?
words are powerful, man.
Facts,
We don't
law of
understand.
attraction.
Yeah, law of attraction,
Yeah.
definitely. 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? Test my gangster. Okay.
I'm
in the trunk of somebody's car and shit talking about, you know?
But a lot of people saying that they don't even think that robbery's all that they think that shit was a little flake. They think that was a little.
6ix9ine.
I think it was
I
staged.
don't know, man. But, you know, inviting bad energy, you know what I'm saying?
It
Ain't
will
never
come.
a good thing. Yeah.
Yo, and talking about Chicago, I'm in O Block. I'm like, what? With mass security and cops.
It's
man.
not
But
cool.
listen,
God bless him.
really isn't.
You know, I hope he stays safe, man.
For real. Because you're absolutely right. That law of attraction is real, man. Whatever you put out there into that universe, you will attract that shit. If you keep
God, I want $1 billion. Thank you.
I don't think it really works that easy, but you know. All right.
I just want to be sucker free for the rest of my life, man. That's worth $1 billion, man. Have nothing but good energy around me.
But not for nothing though. I definitely need to add some more stamps to my passport though.
Do it, bro. It's mad travel hacks, man. I taught English, ESL.
Yes, you are in ESL. How did I begin ESL being an ESL instructor?
Because I went to Saudi Arabia and I needed a hustle, and that's all I could do. You know, I spoke English. They wanted somebody to teach English. I said, fuck it, I teach you.
Right.
Had that light bulb and shit. Like, yo, I speak English, son.
I'm about to hustle this English.
Yeah.
What you want to know?
Yeah.
Please teach him proper English.
Yeah. But you know, when I got back, you know, I went into a few high schools and was just showing them different fields to get into if they want to see the world. Because when I was in high school, remember the military used to come in talking about if you want to see the world, just enlist in the military. I'm like, I could die right here, man. Like, what are you trying to do, bro? You know, so you know, there's different fields. You know, we're creative, so you know, we could actually. It's a little bit easier for us to, you know, make contacts and go places. Medicine, technology, education. You know, these are all fields.
And you know, that's what I want. That's one of my goals. I really want to see more black faces behind tech, man. I want to see that so fucking bad,
there's a
bro.
lot, man.
You gotta just support it.
There's a lot.
Of course, I will.
Yeah,
I really want to. That's one of the objectives I have with this platform. I want to be able to support it through this platform.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Like I want to invest in workshops. I want to put programs together. Like, I'm dead serious,
Cybersecurity,
bro.
that's the come up right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm working
Computer
towards.
science.
Yes.
But
That's
you know the
always
thing
been the
about
come up.
the thing about
No,
IT,
but like
with IT, you don't need a degree. You know, you could just get certifications.
certificate, yeah.
there's
Yeah.
training sessions.
Yeah,
So
certifications.
I met someone who worked the IT desk, and it's like a program that pays you to do it, and then they give you a job placement. I forgot what it's called, but
What?
And the program, the program pays you to
it pays
train.
you
When
to
you-
train,
to
and then
train.
they
I forgot
find
what that
you a
program
job.
is
I gotta
called,
find,
Please.
I-
So I can share that information.
I was like,
the
what, you
name
get
of that
paid to go to
program.
school?
I
Hold
read
up, what you
about
doing?
it.
Yeah.
And it's a wide open availability, or
It wasn't like no restrictions.
Same. It goes.
You just
I
have to
wanna-
like go
I want to know
through
if I could possibly publicize that information. I want to give it to them.
I have to find out, but like, yeah,
It's
they
not
pay
only with
you,
that
and then
field.
they find you like good, like align
Exactly.
you with like
Yeah.
top tech companies.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the wave. That's the wave.
Yeah, for real.
You gonna pay me
I
to learn?
just-
What?
Yeah, it pays
For
you
real.
to
Why
learn.
not? Why?
It's like internship that pays
we
you.
were talking about earlier, like, yo, a lot of people really need to start looking into blockchain. I'm telling you right now, once you understand how blockchain works, holy freaking crap.
Back into that.
That's
Holy
the wave.
Yes.
That's the wave, man. You know, it's a lot out there. It's a big world.
And, you know,
man.
I see a lot of people trying to grow their own like social networks right now. For some reason, I've seen a lot of people doing that lately. Yeah,
smart.
like for this is one that just popped up recently on my timeline called Colossal. It's called Colossal. It's like because
Sounds
they,
familiar.
yeah, like because I think whatever like Instagram was like probably banning some of their like content or what they were posting up, so they decided to come out with their own social media.
Copyright
and now
rights.
now they got their own. They got all their shit on there now. So I was like, yeah, it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting, you know. But yeah, definitely.
It's a big world out there, man.
It's growing.
It's growing fast.
It's
You gotta-
shrinking.
Yeah.
That's why it's growing
growing,
fast.
but it's shrinking.
Ah.
As it grows, it gets smaller.
Okay.
Yeah,
We just-
yeah.
okay.
See, that was deep right there. That was deep, right?
Okay. All right.
Oh shit, yo.
So,
shit.
let me ask you a question.
Okay.
All those tweets by our president, you think they're real or fake?
I think it's all him. I think he showed us who he was at the beginning, and no one believed him. I think This is speaking as a first generation American. America is a very interesting place, as in we're repeating. That's like the 15-minute knock. We're repeating the things that have already happened, and I feel like the thing with number 45 is he's being completely himself.
Excuse us.
Somebody at the door. Isn't the engineer in there?
Come on, go to.
So yeah, I think it's real. Yep, it's all him.
Yeah, 45 is interesting. A lot of people think he's stupid.
He's not smart. He's not stupid, but he's not smart.
I beg to differ. I don't think that anybody can amass that type of fortune without having some degree of intelligence.
But you got to think of how many times he failed.
Oh, but that's part of the process.
That's part of the process, right?
You know, that's
part of the process. But he's not like he started with something.
But okay, he started with something, but he still had to be able to flip that. You know,
I'm just saying he's not as a great businessman as people would like to think.
I'm curious about that.
I don't think so.
He has a global brand. I mean, that can't be denied. You know, and
just because
to have a global brand that's been thriving for however many years, and to consistently be able to flip it and add to it, you have to have a certain degree of social intelligence for that to happen. I think that he does a lot of trolling. When the era trolls, so he says shit that's just going to get people riled up
on Twitter.
He's a master at that.
I think that his
president,
his persona is from The Apprentice or whatever his show was. So whoever those writers scripted up, he just took that shit and ran with it. And is cashing in on it. But I don't believe him. I mean, people with money only give a fuck about money. Like, they don't see black or white. They just see green. Facts. Are you making me money or are you costing me money? You know what I'm saying? Can you help me get money? That's all they care about. He's out for his. This is America. Every dog eat dog. Whatever. Business as usual.
And you know what's funny? Because I was walking past somebody today early in the street, and I heard them overheard them saying, if Trump was to do this, then I'll be supporting him. I'm like, what would it take for Trump to do for you to support him? I didn't like. That's where my curiosity started lingering a little bit. So
he incites an ugly side to people, right? It was already there, but now it's like, it's publicly okay for me to like, which is like.
Me personally, I prefer somebody be upfront with however they feel. Then act like it's not
KKK
there.
rallies, just
because a clear enemy is much easier to deal with than somebody who's lurking.
And that's Trump.
And I think Malcolm X says something to that extent. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if you racist, okay, cool, put that on the table so I know how to move accordingly.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Right. So I know not to be in your hood after dark.
Ain't gonna be no get out shit.
Cause I'm trying to live, man.
Did y'all watch Black Klansman?
You know what?
I didn't even get to see that movie.
You have to.
Okay.
Yeah. I have to see
it. Okay.
It talks about this.
Wow, that's interesting.
But Trump is knowing, like America's a business, man. A lot of people.
It is.
Oil. Yeah, it's a business, but like
allies,
when you incorporate yourself, you have greater benefits in tax privileges than a regular wage earner.
So the person, you're taxed more as a
institution.
Yeah.
So America's a big corporation, So it's like, so long as we keep focus on what this shit really is, this ain't no social club. They don't give a fuck about your feelings. If you want to come to the table, you better have some money to pay off some politicians to lobby for you. And if you understand that, then everything is like business as usual.
Right. You understand how to navigate a little better.
Yeah. Because this isn't. It's not a family. It's not like it's supposed to be like a loving environment. Like, this is my mom and my family, and I don't feel good because you said this. Nah, we don't give a fuck about that. Get money.
Yeah.
So America's based
off of country, it's a corporation.
Rome and Greek and all that society, and all of those crashed. Do you feel like it's gonna eventually crash? There was like a comedian.
Most empires do. That history always repeats itself.
There was a comedian joking about how like it was the British and then they passed it to America, and then China's eagerly waiting for this like baton race. So how do you like in your?
I don't want to be
That's
alive.
definitely-
Yeah, that was.
I
I was like,
because Chinese
right.
is a
Yes.
hard language to learn. I wouldn't want to be alive for that. You know what I mean?
you said you wouldn't be.
Well,
What?
when they take control?
Yeah, if this empire, when this empire falls, I don't want to be around.
And remember, they're communists.
Because
No,
China's coming up
oh,
next.
they change. I wouldn't say they necessarily
They
still are
changed?
communists. They more have
Since
a
when?
capitalistic perspective right
Capitalism
now.
is
Yeah.
They
everywhere,
do.
but
Chinese
no.
is the hardest language to learn, yo.
Is
It's
it?
the only thing I give a fuck about. Yo.
now. Listen.
Mandarin.
Yeah, man.
Right now, all I need to know is how to start counting that yen, man.
Shit. Learn their language, man.
You start probably.
Yeah.
Learn their language.
Or you better get a Google translator.
Yeah, learn their language, man.
You're right. Just,
And learn how to differentiate between them and shit. Cause
Oh yeah, because they take that very offensively when you try to call them Korean.
have you
know
done
what?
that?
Nah, not really. I do that all the time. I'm a
Yo,
teacher.
they take offense to it, bro.
You said you do it all the time.
I'm a teacher.
I do it all the
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a teacher. I'm in the classroom
Like
full of
Kim?
all around
Kim?
the world. I'm like, where you from? China?
Oh,
You're
that's
like,
some
you're like,
regular
no, I'm
shit.
from Korea. Like, my bad. My bad. But you know, like, but you know, I mean, you know, I can't help it. You know, I can't.
No, you can. This goes back to educate yourself.
No,
No,
some
it's
of them, like,
hard.
I can pick out a Japanese. Because of the facial structure, their tongue, their names, but Koreans and Chinese I get mixed up
How
sometimes.
about
Yeah, they look too
Indonesian's
similar.
easy.
They have too many similar
Filipino.
features.
Filipinos is the easiest
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
But you know what though? A lot of them conduct themselves a little differently though.
All these races don't even matter. Look,
Race doesn't even matter. It doesn't exist.
right? It doesn't
That's
matter.
even
Let's.
real.
It doesn't matter.
You know what's funny? I couldn't relate to that topic so much because I was like born and raised in Flushing, so it's like I was around that shit all the time. I was like, I ain't gonna say shit. It's just that they very interesting people. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah,
Yeah, we all are.
When they start pronouncing my last
Facts.
name right, I will start caring.
What's your
Until
last
then,
name?
Alaron.
but
That's
Oh,
what about all
they're
this?
not gonna do that.
Right, exactly. So at that point, I don't care.
Let me.
They don't. I
It's
think
the
L,
tongue.
the L becomes
Yeah.
the R.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot of it. Like my middle name, that's a lot of things with African names. But it's like if you can learn all those other names, you can learn mine. And if you don't want to do that, then I don't really care if
It's a lot.
I know.
A little bit more complicated than that. Like they say, I say right. They say say light. They say right. Now I teach English, so it's like I know that certain tongues, like the L becomes an R. And
Okay, but-
it's just like really
Just
really
there.
difficult.
you could work on it.
They can, but that's just like the Dominicans and Spanish Heights. Jew. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's like, okay, to us, it's simple, but to them, that's just their tongue. It's no offense. I wouldn't take offense to it. I wouldn't take offense.
I'm
But
not
an
taking
English
offense
teacher,
to it.
so-
I'm just saying that like tomatoes and apples, get it right.
Yeah, you keep trying.
How y'all feel about this whole thing about now people really taking a stand and not wanting supporting nail salons, black people not wanting to support
I
nail
feel like black
salons?
people take up things for 5 seconds and then they're like back to it. So they're like, I'm not gonna watch this show, and then 5 minutes later, they're
Maybe
watching
right
the
back
show.
to it.
Yeah, and that's because we haven't established like Black Wall Street all over again, or we haven't established our sense of foundation where we don't feel like we have to go back. It's always like we always have to go back to the people who gave us the supplies and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for everybody coming on now. Man. This is
Thanks
the
for
Sanford-
Thank you for
Thanks,
having me.
And this is the Sanford Podcast for the Culture. We out.
What time is it on again?
Oh yeah. So everybody shout out your Instagrams real quick again.
My bad. This is not comfortable.
I said what time?
Queen E_visuals.
At I press and push.
Yeah, the ad. VRYY7.
All right, we out. This, of course, is the Sanford Podcast. We out.